Let's go. The name. That's Law Nation. As the room fill up, be sure to smash upon the like button. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys, sports talk, and beyond. The name is Law Nation. Cowboys options plus reagents likely to return. And we all know, say it with me, we like our guys. We do. Come on. Yo. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. What about a Law Nation groove? A philosophy is a philosophy, right? Come on. Come on. As the room fill up, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, join the notification squad. Swat all the way up. Get up, stay up. Let's go. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2. Give me one more countdown for you. Yo, gotta pull this one up right quick. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Yo. Come on. All right. All right. What's good with y'all, man? All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all around the world, my name is Law Nation, and we talk Cowboys football and beyond. And, of course, it is what it is at this point. The Dallas Cowboys, are we in a situation where we can make some movements and changes for this team happening? Yeah, it can happen right now. In 4 to 5 minutes, we can hear the breaking news siren going off. The Dallas Cowboys then signed Bobby Wagner to a 3-year contract, blah, blah, blah. We can hear all of that, right? And the likely of that happening right now is a long one, right? It's a long way from here, right? But neither here nor there. The Dallas Cowboys, we sit back. We like to watch things happen. We like to wait and see. And even though other teams will be doing their magic, right, on trying to get to the Super Bowl, we have a philosophy whereas it states we like our guys. Now, granted, there will be some veteran guys released, right? There will be some unknown guys released. There will be some guys that we will all bang on the table and say, hey, we would love that guy. We would want to have that guy in the silver and blue over here. And they'll say, well, we got to wait just a little bit to see how the market is going to go, right? And then we like to jump in there and say, hey, we tried to make a push for them, but we couldn't come up with the agreements. And it's normally due to the money, right? It's the money that's the issue. Some can say dumpster dive. My guy George, that's what he says, dumpster diving. And granted, the Dallas Cowboys with this philosophy in the last 2 years, 12-5, 12-5. All right? There's a lot of teams that wish that they were 12-5, 12-5, right? But at the same information that I'm giving you guys, some of you guys can look back at this and say, Law, come on, man. Come on, man. You know, that ain't going to work, though.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
And that's just how it goes, man. Dollar Tree boys. I see you, Perez. Said the Dollar Tree boys. Leave us alone, Perez. But shout out to you on the Facebook. If you're on the Facebook, let me know. Give me a thumbs up if audio is everything is straight over there. So, granted, here's the truth. The Dallas Cowboys, we run this operation like a mom and pop store. Law, why you keep jumping at the Cowboys, man? We're an $8 billion franchise, man. We got a yacht. We got a $2.5 billion play pad to work out in. We got a $3.5 billion stadium to play in, right, in Arlington, right? Technically, we are the Arlington Cowboys, but that's where we play at, in Arlington, right, technically. But, we got all of this stuff. We fly out to Oxnard. That facility gave us a 10-year contract north of, I think, $10 million just to practice there. And these are the things that we're hearing from the outside, right? If you want to get validations and credence to the Jones family, which is wonderful, right? But the problem, Ben, it's been over 20 years collectively when we've been looking at these things of saying, hey, we got a team, let's go for it, let's go get one or two guys, and they've been reluctant on those things. And we're not asking for the Cowboys to go out there and grab all of the superstars and put them under the umbrella of the Cowboys. We're literally asking the Cowboys to do one or two moves. Legitimate moves, not quantity moves, because that's what they do. They love to go get the quantity. And all we asking, look, man, let's go get a quality over quantity. Let's make one or two moves. Cowboys will sign this from Tony Montana. He said Cowboys will sign Odell Beckham Jr. Odell want that bag. He want 20 mil, right? 21, 25, right? $1 million. Now, do y'all agree with Tony Montana? They will sign him? Because here's my other thoughts. I see nothing wrong with us signing him, but don't pay for the moon and the sun for him. And here's my reservations on it. I like what Odell Beckham should be able to bring to the table. But my only thing would be is from that same breath what I just said what the Joneses don't do. I don't want them to make the knee-jerk reaction to do the things that we said that they should do. And that's only because of the issues with the ACL. We just gave some money to Michael Gallup, right? And we saw how we treated him. I believe any signings when I see them, Law. This is from Lord Nova. I don't blame you, Lord. I don't blame you, dog. He said, look, man, let me be able to feel the holes in the hands before I believe. Let me make sure, that there's something that I can feel. And even, look, even with that, some of us got to make sure that the ink done dried on the paper too. Because y'all remember last year, you know what I'm saying? I said what I said. Oh, man, the Cowboys about that business action, man. They surprised me. Here it goes right here. Breaking news, the Dallas Cowboys done signed Randy Gregory, right? And then what happened, I did the video. We were live. We had over 1,000 people watching and everything. And then all of a sudden...
Stop! Thief!
Stop it. He didn't really sign. He didn't like the contract. And it was torn up in front of our faces. And all of a sudden, they said, you know what? We really didn't need him. We had Dorrance Armstrong and a whole bunch of a trough of other players that we done signed with that money. And it turned full circles because at the end of the day, those boys showed up more than Randy Gregory last year. Who remember that, by the way? So sometimes we got to even wait when they sign people, Hey, that's just how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. On top of that, these are a few lists of the Cowboys signing that they done did. And shout out to my guy, John Machota with this list. Let me see if I can make it look pretty for y'all over here, man. And these are notable signings of the Cowboys in the free agent market since that time frame. And we can look at it in 2018. The Cowboys, we went with wide receiver by committee. Allen Hurns. Who remember him? Show of hands in the chat. Who remember Allen Hurns? Deontay Thompson. Joe Thomas. Who remember that in 2018? That was our wide receiver core, by the way. Breaking news, in 2018, the Dallas Cowboys signed Allen Hurns, Deontay Thompson, right? Who remember that, right? Yeah, y'all remember that? And that made all type of news and noise. It made the earth shake. And they really wanted, believe it or not, right hand to the man. Shout out to Mama Hurns. We had an event with her and her son with Cowboys Experience. Shout out to them. They wanted to give Allen Hurns 88. Who remember that? Shout out to Allen Hurns, though. He did some good numbers for us. And to this day, I would think that when his ankle got snapped in half or what have you in that playoff game, that really hurt us. It really, really hurt us. And of course, that next game against the Rams, C.J. Anderson ran all over us. But that's a story of another day. And then 2019, Randall Cobb, a one-year deal. A lot of people were saying, hey, man, this dude wash, Law. This dude trash, man. And then they brought Jason Witten back. Left his hair at ESPN. They brought him back. Yo, bald-headed Witten, baby. Gold jacket Witt. Shout out to him, man. And no shade at Jason Witten. You know what I mean? All right. And then we signed Christian Covington. Who remember him? I know Eastside Harold remember him, right? In 2019, those were our moves. Those were our picks. Those were our situations and scenarios that we went out and said, hey, we got some things moving in the right direction. All right? And that's just what happened. That's just what happened. All right. So on top of that, shout out to you, JC Cowboy Network. What's good with you, man? Shout out to you. Thank you for all that you do. And let's go over here to the other year, 2020. And then we'll get into some audio. Defensive tackle, Gerald McCoy. Who remember that? A 3-year deal, $18.3 million. Now, this deal, it also contextualized it that, hey, we do something in the free agency, right? But this was a guy that was long in the tooth, and they had an escape hatch for him far as his injury. And they said that, hey, if anything happened to his knee and these type of things, will be resolved of the money. Shout out to the Cowboys for drawing up that contract. And my thing is, if you're going to get Odell Beckham, if you're going to pay him any type of coins, any type of remunerations, be sure to put one of those clauses in his contract that if anything happened to that ACL, if anything happened to that injury, or if anything happened outside of the lines of football, then we would not be responsible for said money. Will that be a good situation for you guys? Let me know in the chat. Would that be a good situation and scenario? All right, and then the next thing the Dallas Cowboys did was Dontario Poe, Greg Zuerlein. Let me just move through this. Clinton Dix in 2020. And then in 2021, Keanu Neal, Terrell Basham, J. Ron Curse. Both of those boys, Curse and Basham, we just got rid of Basham just last season. I think that Basham and Curse was pretty good for us. It's just that Basham, in my opinion, couldn't get on the field because, shoot, we had some bookends on that edge that was doing their work, like a Fowler, right? Like, dare I say, a Sam Williams and Dorrance Armstrong. But neither here nor there, the 2-year, $5.5 million deal wasn't that bad. And then we go all the way to the 2022 season. Fowler was good. They got him for cheap. And y'all say it with me. Say it loud with me, baby. And then we got the replacement for Amari Cooper. And also anybody else, Cedric Wilson. Instead of paying those boys the money that we paid last season, we went out here and got a guy. Because think about this, the production that he had to really solidify last season. 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns, right? Collectively between Amari Cooper and Cedric Wilson. We were leaning on the fact of James Washington would be able to solidify that role to help alleviate some of those pressures and help be on this team as a veteran asset for this team. And it came full circles and it punched us right between the eyes, right on this bridge part, knocked us out. We didn't get a chance to see James Washington all year. And the first time he caught a ball was him coming across the middle. And he realized that somebody was coming. And he said, my foot. Oh, my goodness, my foot. James Washington said, I can't catch this stuff, man. What you trying to do to me, Dak Prescott? You know, my back, my neck. Oh, my neck and my back. That's what happened over there with James Washington, ladies and gentlemen. So now what we're going into this season with the aspect of, do you bring in the likes of an Odell Beckham Jr. or do you repeat this por favor, you know what I'm saying, of what you did last year around this time and lean on somebody, the unknown, maybe an unknown commodity like another James Washington. I love y'all to death, boys, but y'all love picking on that quarterback that we got, number 4. But it is what it is, Cowboy Nation. The Dallas Odell Beckham is Walmart water, no alkaline. Well, they do sell at Walmart. They do sell at Walmart some alkaline water, though. You know, or are you saying? Let me see this again. Are you saying that Odell Beckham is the Sam Choice water? Boy, y'all crazy, man. I love y'all, man. All right, so with that being said, let's listen to Jane Slater. I think that she always had brilliant points, brilliant thoughts and outlooks for this team, and I like what she brings to the table. Credit to the NFL Network for having a GM like her. Meet her every year. She's a real good, brilliant, bright person with the Cowboys. Let's listen to NFL Network on these pieces right here. Can y'all hear audio? Can y'all hear audio?
Jane, live in Dallas. Tony Pollard got the franchise tag from the Cowboys. Schultz got it last year, however, played on that one-year tag. What about this year? Can they keep him around?
It doesn't feel like the appetite's there, Andrew, if I'm being honest. It sounds like no offer whatsoever has even been made. Now, last year, we told you they tried in good faith to get a long-term deal done. That didn't happen, so he played on the franchise tag. The problem is, last season, they saw the performance of 2 young tight ends, Peyton Hendershot, and, some of the production they got from some of the other younger guys. Jake Ferguson is another one. Sorry, I was losing his name there for a second. They also feel like this tight end market is deep in the draft. So it doesn't feel like that's where they're going to put their resources. Now, as for a couple of other names that are popping out there, linebacker Bobby Wagner. I'm told they've at least had initial conversations with him. Now, we're just waiting to see if Bobby Wagner has the same interest in the Cowboys and if the economics make sense. As for Adam...
All right. Do the economics make sense for that dude, Bobby Wags? You know, let me know in the chat. I did say earlier this morning that the salary cap is cap. You know, it's just what it is.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
That's just what it is, man. My ears are killing me with that one. You know, I need to lower that sound drop. Let me know in the chat. So here's the thing. The Dallas Cowboys salary cap is cap. We've seen that they fabricated, I'm talking about the Cleveland Browns. Out of thin air, they made $36 million. Appear, right? When they look at Deshaun Watson contract, ladies and gentlemen, And you can literally see that man got $230 million guaranteed. But out of thin air, they made $36 million freed up for the Cleveland Browns. Just like that this morning. So they're going to make their moves. And I'm not sitting here saying that I want to move like the Cleveland Browns, because the Cleveland Browns wish they can be 12-5, right? And also have the records that we had in the last 10 years, right? And that's just what it is, right? But what I'm saying is the Dallas Cowboys, just open your eyes. You see what other teams been doing, right? And just figure these things out. Make moves. You can sit back and wait and watch things all the time. But the reality of it, Cowboy Nation, you got to get out there and make something happen. Ain't this right, Oscar? Appreciate you this in the chat. All right, let's go. Let's listen to the rest of this.
Thielen, he's a wide receiver they could certainly use. I'm told he's a productive wide receiver who they'd love to have here. But again, it goes back to, do the economics make sense? And as for OBJ, the Cowboys weren't even at his workout last week, but I'm told Jerry Jones is still very interested in him. But that's probably the one area I could see them spending money in terms of the free agent market, is it's either going to be a player on defense or a player on offense, like a wide receiver, an area they didn't fully address last season. They were hoping Michael Gallup would do it, and it did take him a little bit longer to come back from that ACL injury.
On our Jimmy Garoppolo.
All right, so me and Michael Gallup, man, I'm going to try to figure out a way to get back on his good graces and good terms. But the reality of it, the Dallas Cowboys, you had to understand that it was going to take a time. Gallup wasn't going to be the same Gallup that he was before the injury, at least last year. On top of that, there's no shade at me putting this on Gallup. I'm never saying that Gallup shouldn't have taken the contract or the Cowboys shouldn't have paid the Gallup, what have you. I'm not saying that. I hope people understand that. Go get your bag. I'm all out for the players getting their money. Not a soul that's watching right now didn't feel something, right? When they seen that, what's the kid named Hamlin for the Buffalo Bills laid out on the field? Nobody was like, hey, man, well, y'all wasn't talking about money then. Y'all were not counting coins then when Ryan Shazier was laid out there, right? People were not calling Antonio Brown, hey, man, he's crazy, when he was laid out there on the field. This is a gladiator sport. This is just what it is. So I'm an advocate for these guys going out there, getting their bags, getting their coins, making the papers, doing commercials, doing whatever they can. It's a young man's sports too. Rarely you see people in their 40s playing this game. If they did it the right way, they can retire at 32, 35. Not many people can bang on the table and say, hey, I can retire at 32, 35. Not many people can say that. Now, you got your crazies out there like Tom Brady that plays all the way when he's 40 and 45 years of age, right? They just love the sport. But at the end of the day, I want those boys to get their coins. I'm for the players. What we are against these owners, right? Making all of these coins, right? And I'm truly against this weak union for the NFL. The players' union got to be the worst union in the world. In the world, if you look at how they treat the players post NFL careers, only 3 to 4 years, 5 years max of what they can get for far as health and all of that other insurance stuff is crazy. And they need more people that's knowledgeable and wise that know how to work the room. But that's the story of another day. All right, Matt says, hey, how are you doing today, Law? God bless you, Law. Cowboy Nation, DC for life. But one thing I got to say, I hate this ideal. We like our guys. won't win Super Bowls anytime soon. No, no, it won't. It will not. But it is a situation. It is a situation that when you play DeAndre Hopkins, right? Yes, both of these guys are 30 years of age, right? One, back-to-back ACL situations. This one, he's been in and out. I don't think that he had an ACL issue, but it was more of, hey, D-Hop got hurt. We all know that, right? There's nothing around the fact that D-Hop is long in the tooth, right? He is a guy that's been around and been in the NFL. And how do you figure this out? How do you go and get things going? All right, Hargraves to the 49ers. Wow. Wow, where they get that money from? Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh. You know what I'm saying? Did they get him for real? Y'all catfishing me, you know. Let me see. Yeah, they got him for real. Oh, wow. Hargraves to the Niners. You know what I'm saying? I guess, you know, they saw what he did against them, and they said, all right, cool. Let's bring him on aboard. Oscar says, what about Jerry Judy? Watch this touchdown right quick. Watch this touchdown. Yeah. Look at that touchdown by D-Hop. You know, the ball wasn't there on a good spot, but man. All right, 4-year deal, $84 million, $40 million guaranteed. Let me go over here and say this, though. And I appreciate you again, Matt. Thank you for your support. All right, so who said the 4-year deal? And where you at? That is the situation. It's true. Shout out to you. Thank you, fam. I don't think that he's gonna play that full 4 years, though. By the way, he is 30 years of age, right? Hargraves, he was like 30 years of age, but that is a team. Woo, that is a team that knows their identity, and what they want to do is continue. Yeah. That is a team. Let me pull this up. That is a team that knows their identity, that say, hey, let's go and continue to pick around what we do far as their identity. And they got a guy that can match the tenacity of their team, their likeness, and it's a great pickup for the Niners, man. You know, it is a wonderful pickup for them, and it is a situation that the Eagles will feel it. The Eagles will feel it. When the last time we had a guy, I'm talking about my Cowboys, had a guy with double-digit sacks from the interior? Been a minute. So it's been since Hatcher, right? Jason Hatcher was the last guy that had double-digit sacks from the interior. Shout out to you, Stargazer. So what's going to happen here is that move is like the rich getting wealthier, right? Or the rich getting richer. That's basically. Because all this does is that, man, let me just pause for a second. Let me tell y'all what this do for them. Y'all know that argument we have about who's better, Bosa or Parsons? By them getting this dude, Javon Hargraves, right? This solidifies and helps Bosa. That's a complimentary pick. And why do they make that move? So that they don't have to. So that they don't have to go into the draft hoping and wishing that can they find an interior guy. Why is this such a pivotal thing? Because the 49ers are having a conversation with my brother last night. He's a diehard Niners fan. And I was talking to him. I said, hey, when we going to start and kick back up the show again? And we was like, well, you know, he don't have a first nor a second round draft pick. So they're going to have to dance around in free agency to solidify what they need as it relates to replenishing and complementing their guys. And the first thing happened while I'm live right now is they did just that. Now, is Hargrave an end-all, be-all? No. They still got Kinlaw over there. They still got interior boys. But on top of that, they got bookends that can get to the quarterback. You know, Pond says Ken Law didn't pan out. That's not even the case nor the situation with them. What's actually happened is that they got depths. And what he was breaking down with the difference between their front and the Cowboys front and the Eagles front is that they rotate even more than what we do. And that's why you see a drop-off. But even within the confines of their rotation, they have a plan of the right size of guys. The depth is crazy over there in Niners land. And you know the craziest thing? You know, my brother, and another Eagles guy, my other Eagles fan of the Eagles, what have you. I got another brother that's an Eagles fan. He really don't talk football like that. He's more on the basketball side. But I was having this debate of like who got the best D-line in the National Football League. And the Niners are smart enough to say, hey, if we want to improve ourselves, we want to become better, let's just pick from one of the teams that was one of the better teams in the National Football League as far as their defensive front. It makes more sense. Ain't that right, Natasha? Appreciate you so much. Please hit the like and share. Appreciate you, Natasha. Thank you so much. So 5-year deal, 87.5. Who is this going to, Big Pond? Boy, this rap sheet guy, man. Let me pull up my God dog it. Let me pull up this rap sheet. I'm live at the wrong time. I can't read all of this good stuff, but I appreciate y'all, man. You know, let me see what Ian Rappaport is saying. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all. Boy, y'all got some good eyes, some good scouting eyes. Let's see what happened. All right. Giants offensive lineman, Nick Gates, who broke his left tibia in a game. And Washington, Yeah, okay. Breaking news there. Broncos are giving right tackle. Okay, they paying that dude. That's a Sean Payton deal right there. All right, and that's the Javon Hargraves. What happened to this Dallas news, man? Where the dollars at, man? Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? We have released Calais Campbell. Man, that dude look old, man. Man, Calais Campbell lived a good life over here. All right, where them dollars at? He says, this is my guy, Matt. He says he gets it. Sometimes you got to go cheap. I come from a poor family, but sometimes you got to spend money to have nice things in life, to win Super Bowl championship law. Yeah, you're right. I mean, there was no rebuttal to your first super chat, but I appreciate you. Yes. You what's the saying I said all last year? It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. Right? And a lot of people look at that and they would not understand it. There are people watching this channel right now that makes $25,000 to $30,000 a year, and you would think they make $150,000, $200,000 a year, because they know how to manage their money, they know how to prepare themselves, they know how to live within the confines, within meanings, right? Car paid off, house already, they own the house or what have you. Not going out there living beyond their means. And then you got people that's literally right now just watching this show, making $80,000 to $120,000 a year, broke, borrowing, right? Got 2 car notes, asking mama and them, can they borrow some money? Got that borrows mentality, don't know how to manage nothing, living paycheck to paycheck. 74, I believe, % of the Americans live paycheck to paycheck. It's a buying and purchasing habit, a bad habit right there. You know, consumer debt is just crazy. And that could be the same thing, even, believe it or not, with the Jones family. They can be a $8 billion business. They could be flat out an $8 billion company, but don't know how to manage and utilize their funds. Don't know how to do it. Don't know how to handle the money that's coming in. The liquidity is just dried up. No liquidity. You know what I'm saying? So we get all of that. And we seen teams that know how to finagle, move, and get from under debt, cut their losses, keep clean, and make moves. But the Cowboys, literally, they would say, hey, we would love to get Jalen Ramsey, right? And if the shoe was on the other foot yesterday, if we were to get Jalen Ramsey, it would have been just like this, ladies and gentlemen. It would have been just like this. Breaking news, the Cowboys done signed Jalen Ramsey for a first and next year's third. He will be the guy that's on the other side of Trayvon Diggs. And the whole time,
Stop, thief! Come back, thief!
They would have made the justifications of said, yes, Jalen Ramsey is now on the Cowboys for a first and a third. And the Jones family would have been having the whole press conference, the interview right now. And they would be saying, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Whereas the Rams are sitting there like, yes, we're back, Mortimer. We're back, baby, we're back. The Cowboys are just who they are. They are fools. Right? But that was the whole point of the conversation yesterday, because somebody was like, hey, man, you did a 2-hour stream on a Jalen Ramsey crying out for Jalen Ramsey. Cowboy fans. No, you fool. That wasn't a 2-hour stream about that. Because these are the things that the Cowboys do. We can't get things picked up for a third or a fourth round draft pick, right? We will overspend. We will overpay. We would give out these crazy things as it relates to contracts. Or we would take a person. Like literally, if the Cowboys knock on my door, the Dallas Cowboys signed Law Nation. He will be your he'll be the other defensive back. And I'm 40, right? It would make more news than what Javon Hargrave just did, right? Everybody like, hey, man, who does Law Nation do? You know, hey, man, it shows here he haven't played football since high school, you know? But maybe he got a chance. He don't look he don't look like he can play, but maybe he can, you know? Sajay, man, appreciate you so much for your support over here. I thank you so much for what you do for the organization and franchise. Appreciate you. He says, how come Jones didn't say we need to save money when it was time to pay Dak? ? They gave it all out for Jalen, Collins, D-Law, etc. I think they did say something along the lines that they got to work out the pie. It's the pie. And the Dallas Cowboys, with the money aspect, and I hope I'm reading this right, Sanjay, is that the whole money aspect was that they didn't want to pay Dak Prescott those money. They didn't want to pay him $30 million. They didn't want to pay him $35. But this is what made Dak Prescott get to 40. Let me go to PFF, and let me go type in Dak Prescott. And the same reason why Geno got his big contract, because they pay you off of that production right there. They paid him off of that right there. 4,901 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 11 INTs. The market. But Law, they finished 8-8. They could have finished 4-12, you know, or they could have finished 6-10. Law, do you have any truth to that? Didn't Deshaun Watson get $230 million guaranteed? Was it based upon the win-loss ratio, the eyeball test, or those stats? It was based upon those stats. You know what I'm saying? It was based upon those stats. Let me explain. The Jones got the money, not cheap. Stop it, guys. I want them to spend money. Unfortunately, they're like, we like our guys' system. Let's go get D-Hop too. Yeah, you're right, Matt. You 1,000% right. They ain't going to sign anyone. I feel you. We like our guys, baby. Yep. And let me say this right here. Got someone on my mic. Let me say this right here, Cowboy Nation, when we talk about this. How dare you guys attack the nation and say, hey, Law, how's that working for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now? You know, they made all of those moves, and now it seems as if though they're selling the form. Hey, Law, how do that work? How's that working for the LA Rams now? They got to fire sale all of their guys and start over again. My rebuttal to that, ladies and gentlemen, them teams in the last 5 years got a chance to lift up that Lombardi trophy. Don't y'all know that one Super Bowl ring from the Cowboys now will propel them up into the year 2020, well, 2040 almost, right? Look how long we are holding on to the 90s. And when you think about it, and we're going to get to your super chat, JT, really appreciate you. When you think about it, the Rams, they didn't finish dead last in their division last season. They had a bevies of injuries. The quarterback elbow torn apart, right? Try to rush him back mid-season. He didn't look up to snuff. Now they're trying to get rid of him now. But at the same time, Cooper Kupp, he was out for the remainder of the season too. So they lost their quarterback, the doggone defensive guy, Von Miller. They lost him because he got traded or what have you, moved on or what have you. They didn't re him up to the Buffalo Bills. And on top of that, they lost their wide receiver. They didn't finish dead last. They finished 5-12. Coming off of winning the Super Bowl, by the way. I think right now, would you guys take a Super Bowl and suck it for the next 2 years? Or will you take where we are at right now? You know what I'm saying? All right, so appreciate y'all so much. JT says, I don't expect anything from free agent anymore, but at least take care of Dak extension and Zeke Tyron's contract. Just do something. This is from my guy JT. You're right. Well, we got the money now. There should be zero excuses of us going out there making at least 1 or 2 splashes, right? This is from Action Powers. The 49ers got Hargrave. Come on, Dallas. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Appreciate both of y'all for that. Let's do this. Eckler requested to explore trade options. Hey, well, this is what happened to Eckler, man. Eckler fooled around, and they had one of those players meeting where you got to meet the coach. And Eckler, he said, he looked at his script. He said, I'll be dang. No way, man. Hey, on top of that, Eckler, keep this in mind. The Chargers last season were ranked 30th in rushing, you know. So Eckler was looking at their script and was like, hold on, man. Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute, man. So you mean to tell me, hey, can I be traded? Can I go to the Cowboys, you know? Can y'all get Ezekiel Elliott? No, I want to get away, man. Can somebody help me, please? The goal of any team in the NFL is to win a Super Bowl. Tampa Bay got a Super Bowl. Rams have been there in the playoff consistently in 2 Super Bowl appearances. You are 1,000% right, man. And, hey, I was going to play some audio on going over the Jalen Ramsey stuff from 105.3 The Fan. We were going to play this audio right here about what the Cowboys will do, but what we would do is, I think it'll behoove me of time to go ahead and open up the phone line.
Ramsey's career is
we were going to do this.
This messes up my.
Is Ramsey better than Diggs? I mean, look, the age is the problem. Like, obviously, Ramsey's career is better than Diggs.
This messes up my.
And on top of that, this shouldn't be a conversational piece on if the Cowboys were to, like, quote unquote, grab a Jalen Ramsey before he got traded to the not Buffalo, but to Miami. This shouldn't have been the conversation. Is he better, right? Is he better? This should be a conversation on, hey, how do we complement? How do we add to? Like, the whole aspect is Hargrave better than Bosa? No, that's not the conversation there. 2 different spots. But will he add to Bosa's game? So that's why they went and traded for him or picked him up, I meant to say, from the free agency. So those are the reasons why you go out there and grab a guy and on the free agent market, because you're looking to supplement your team. You're looking to help out your team.
My strategy, and I know I'm the only one that feels this way, I want to build the defense up. I want to keep offensive weapons. I want to build the defense up to overcome Dak Prescott. I'm so tired of this. Yeah, you can roll your eyes. You can make a face.
I didn't roll my eyes. I made a face. You can't really get better than you have been the last 2 years defensively.
Who? How many more first-round picks can I surround? Yeah, I can get better defense.
All right, hold on. Let me read this. So Kyle says Eagles crashed and burned. Get them now. But here's the thing. Before I move on and play some of this audio, before we open up the phone lines and everything. Here's my 100% truth of it, ladies and gentlemen. I can't stand both of them teams, the Niners nor the Eagles, right? They're just moving hate around. You know, I hate both of them, you know. So I hope that Hargrave crash over there, and I hope whatever happened to the Eagles crash over there. You know what I'm saying? I just hope it don't work out for none of those teams, right? So that's just my thoughts on it, right? I hope, and I'll tell my brother to his face, I hope that your team don't get better, and I hope that my other brother team, the Eagles, I hope that they don't get better. You know, who feels like me? You know what I mean? I hope that they overpay for Hargraves. I hope that when he get over there, he don't perform up to the levels of what he's supposed to do over there. And I hope that the Eagles can't fill in that voided spot that they think that Jordan Davis or whoever that they're going to add to over there. I hope that it don't work out. You know what I'm saying? Matt Batten said yes, did, but at least got there last guy. Yeah. Appreciate you, Matt. Thank you.
Well, but here, if you get Ramsey, you're probably going to get worse defensively.
Explain.
Over time or next year?
Well, both. Because, I mean, the cost that you're going to have with having you don't want high-priced guys on defense generally don't work. You want high-priced guys on offense. You want depth on defense. It's going to ruin your defensive depth by putting $20 million into him because you already got $20 million in the tank. You're gonna have to pay him.
I'm just
Diggs.
tired. You are the girl that. No, you're the guy. You keep promising the engagement. You keep promising the proposal.
Not promising anything.
You just want to draft and you want to wait and you want to develop and you want to hope and you want to wait and this and that. And I want the. You're Gavin Dawson.
You know what's better? That. You know what's better than building your defense? Get a better quarterback.
Ooh, all right, so that's what I wanted to talk about. All right, so outside of Bobby Belt, and they trying to sway his mind. they working on Bobby Belt every day, right? And they saying quarterback. Now, granted, Granted, I'm beating this thing like a dead horse. You know, I'm keep beating it because this is the flag station for the Cowboys, right? So what I'm saying is, still, don't listen to those boys. Listen to me, Cowboy Nation. Listen to me. Put better defense. Be better at defense. Get more and more weapons on defense. Don't worry about the cost on defense. Why, Law? Defense win what, y'all? Championships. They're going to get pissed off and mad at Dak Prescott regardless. But defense win championships, baby. So at the same time, I've seen with my eyes. Hey, you seen with your eyes, ladies and gentlemen, that you can have a Trent Dilfer to win a Super Bowl. Brad Johnson, he can win a Super Bowl. Joe Flacco, he can win a Super Bowl. Eli Manning, he can win a Super Bowl. Look, Big Ben Roethlisberger, he can win Super Bowls. At the time, he wasn't elite Big Ben, right? We seen Russell Wilson win Super Bowls. So continue to build the defense. Don't worry about the quarterback, baby. Look, we've seen a quarterback with all of the talent in the world. Dan Marino can do all of the things and can get you there, right, to the playoffs, but can't advance out of it. Only got to one Super Bowl, right? Look, I've seen John Elway, y'all, be a marvelous quarterback. Everybody said that he was the next greatest thing since sliced bread. Me growing up, well, I was saying John Elway. He didn't win his Super Bowl until his teeth turned yellow, y'all. It took him all the way to the tail end of his career. And the other time that he made it to the Super Bowl, the Washington team beat him so bad, I sit there and said, that's your king? Is that your king? So what I'm saying is, look, I promise you, John Elway, everybody talking about, hey, Elway with his greatest arm and all of this stuff. Hey, by the time he got a chance to get to the Super Bowl, he didn't have that arm, but for dog sure, people not talking about that defense they had over there. I seen him win a Super Bowl because of the defense and that running game. Iceberg Killer. He said, "Allow you a fuck." Y'all see that picture? You was stretching across the goal line, you know what I mean, with yellow tape, you know? So, hey, man, look, sometimes it takes a long time for you to get there, but it took them to realize, yeah, John Elway, he's great, he's wonderful, he can do all of the passes, but you know what? Put some defense around him. Hey, I seen John Elway 2.0. Look, and that name was Peyton Manning. I'm not saying that Dak is Peyton Manning. And the first Super Bowl that Peyton Manning won or what have you, we can all argue that, you know, that defense, they wasn't really the top defense. You know, Peyton Manning was Peyton Manning. It took a gold jacket, Marvin Harrison, a gold jacket, Reggie Wayne and things, right? Dallas Clark, he can gold jacket, but he had gold jackets on that front five as it relates to the offensive line. But what I'm saying is that second one when Denver Broncos made it to the Super Bowl, shoot, Peyton Manning. Shoot, that defense, shoot, they were able to help out. Shout out to D-Ware and all of those boys. But y'all get with what I'm saying. And then we seen them lay the egg in the Super Bowl. Y'all seen what the Saints did to Peyton Manning in that Super Bowl? He drops back. It's picked off to the 30, to the 20. It's said. It's game over. Army Mom says Dak isn't the Messiah. So that's what we're saying. That's what we said, Army. Don't shoot the messenger. Just build around him. Build around him. Even the Messiah had 12 disciples. You know, it wasn't just him by himself. He had a group of people around him, right? And then some people were shanking him with the butter knife. You know, I ain't going to say the name. But he still had people around him. And it's crazy. Even the people that was around him wasn't there for him when it was time for him to hang on the cross too. So if we want to take it to the Messiah aspect of it, it goes to show you that people that say they got your back really don't. And on top of that, he may be, because the Messiah was never well liked. They didn't like him. He spoke too much truth. Hey, they was like, hey, man, why your boys ain't washing their hands before they eat? Huh? Hey, man, why are you healing all of these people over there? You know what I'm saying? You're putting us out of business over here, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. He's supposed to see the eye doctor, not you. Yes, indeed, y'all. So sometimes the people that you think they're supposed to be liked and loved, they won't be until they go. Maybe that's the case in a scenario. All right, Meek says the yellow teeth helped him win. Let's go, yellow teeth Dak. Yeah. Law, you burnt up. But here's the truth though. Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way I'll be willing to wait until Dak turned 38, 39 to see those Super Bowls. Now, granted, I would like the fact that we can win it when he's 38 and 39, but I don't want to wait that long, man. That's too long to wait, man. Yes, indeed, man. All right, let me open up these phone lines, man. And don't y'all try to catfish me. Don't y'all try to catfish me. I see you. How about them? You know what I'm talking about? Odell Beckham signed to the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? No way, no way. Yes, indeed. Let me open up these phone lines, man. Yeah, that's what it is.
Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for real, down for
No way, no way. I think Jimmy Garoppolo gonna go to the Raiders, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. I think that's where he's gonna go, for real, for real. The Mint Mobile hotline for your mind. 657-390-7391, baby. Be sure to leave me your thoughts, your comments, and make quick points. Don't make it a monologue, y'all. The Raiders just signed Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah, I think he was going to go to the Raiders. Yeah. Somebody put the number in the chat so I can pin it to the top. I see you, Sadiq. Appreciate you. I got you. Boom. 5, 4, 3, 2.
There are 4 participants in the conference. All participants are muted.
Hey.
Please announce yourself.
Come on.
Same ones in your corner on the C4. Now I only need an account, the ones who ball with me. Down to fall with me. Down to put it on the line when lose a draw with me.
Lose a draw with me, baby.
Brothers, different mothers, part of par with me. Got the Bonnie to my class, she break the law with me. Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for real, down for life. Keep it super thug my way on this side. Keep it super thug my way on.
I like that song, man. That song had to grow on me. At first, I didn't like it, and then I was like, all right, let me play it some more, and I'll make that my official song when it's time to call my line, hit my line. And Aaron, he been the first person in here for the last 2 days, man. Aaron, man, you live, man. Talk to me, man.
What's going on, How you doing today?
Nothing to it, man. Holla at me, man.
Oh, man, just look up prediction. I think Dalton Schultz might go to the Chargers, bro.
Hey, he'll fit right into the system, you know.
Fit right in.
Yeah.
You got the same offense. You got the same OC. So yeah, I can say if we lose Dalton Schultz, he might go to the Chargers.
I think that would be a good move for them. He'll fit right in with Keenan Allen with their system. He'll know the system. If they just simplify those hook options or the option routes, sure, it'll work out good for a tight end. I ain't gonna even lie. But Herbert will be able to find him in the middle of the field. He'll work out for him.
That's true. Shit, what I was gonna say. I ain't really had nothing to say this morning. I was just listening and wanted to say that, I'll let you go because I know you got other people on the line.
No doubt, man. First caller all day, man. Appreciate you, Aaron.
Hey, appreciate you.
No doubt, man. That's Aaron, not Rogers. You know what I'm saying? Good call from him. Next, we got Stargazer, and then we have Darius and Queen. So, Stargazer, you're live.
Hey, what's up, Law? How you doing?
Oh, all is well. Can't complain.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk to you about last year, when did the free agency period start? Does it start the same time every year?
Yeah, every year around this time. Yep.
Okay, because only thing is, I've made a couple of tweets, and I'm like, maybe I want to talk to you, because I'm like, maybe I'm being a little bit overreacting. But last year, when I looked it up, I was like, Amari Cooper was traded and Gallup was extended by this time. And usually during the first week of free agency, our guys are signed, and I don't recall us allowing all of our free agents to get into the market. Am I wrong on that, or do we usually do that and we just kind of sign them throughout this week?
I think.
Do you know?
Oh, you jogging my mind now. I'm gonna have to do some homework. Oh, I'm gonna have to do some homework on that to do the parallels. Of how things worked out and when we did this and when we signed Gallup and things like that. But I always like for Gallup before they gave him that money. I think my argument was let's see what the market rendering. Would a team be willing to pay that man that amount of money? Now, to be fair to his contract, they gave him a long contract so that they can move money around like they just did.
Right, but we signed Michael Gallup coming off an injury, and we didn't really let him test the market, did we? Because it seemed like we re-signed him right. I think we cut Amari Cooper. I mean, we traded Amari on the 12th, and then we re-signed Gallup on the 13th of March, if I'm not mistaken. So my thing is, I'm just a little bit, and maybe I got to do deeper research, but I'm a little bit confused on how we haven't re-signed anybody. There hasn't been any reports on any serious talks concerning our free agent. I know they said they were kind of talking to LVE and Dono, but that was the only free agents that we even really talked to. So it's kind of making me a little bit worried that we are not even in serious talks to re-sign our own guys. And then the issue that what we did with Terrence Steele is, I'm thinking, why didn't we re-signed Gallup last year, and that's a wide receiver coming off that type of injury.
Right.
They say, that old linemen, they recover a lot faster because they're not asked to do the same things as wide receivers and stuff like that. So it's like, why wouldn't we just go ahead and sign Steele? Why are we let him just, I guess, I know we have the tender on him, but he can still talk to teams, and either we can match or they'll have to give us a second. And I just feel like, why are we playing around with all of our free agents?
Well. Here's my thoughts on Terrence Steele. The reason why they are waiting a little bit with Terrence will be they want to see if anybody will be willing to pay that second round. Give up a second round, right? So that's why they're giving it a little time before they sign him.
Yeah, so you think their mindset is like, hey, we like Steele, but we'll take the second for him.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Do you think that that's a good idea? Do you think we can afford to lose Steele when we already have to replace our guard? Basically put in a left guard as well, because the only other option is relying on Tyron Smith to make it a full season, which that's not happening. We already know that.
Well, the Cowboys are willing to take that risk because here's why: when you are an undrafted guy, they feel like, hey, we can do that again. We can find another Terrence Steele. It could be a Joshua Ball, right? It could be Matt Letsko. We can kick him to the other side. That's sellable to them because they can say they can find another undrafted guy and develop him the same like they did with Terrence Steele. So they don't value him. Like if Terrence Steele was a second-round draft pick doing the things that he's doing now, shoot, they would have been signed him and gave him the big bag already. But by him being who he is, they like, shoot, look, somebody give us a second, boy, we gonna parlay that thing. That's what they waiting on. They playing around with fire,
Right, they playing around. So basically, it's more so the fans that we're like, we need to keep Steele, but the front office is kind of like, it's okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's just I guess I didn't get any of my concerns, but I'm gonna have to do some research to look it up, because I'm like, it just feels kind of weird to me that all of our free agents are in the market right now. But anyway, that's all I had to say, Law. I said I'm not going to make too much more comments on the free agency because I know it just started. I don't want to be seen as negative. And
we just lost Connor McGovern, so he's gone swing guard, / fullback. So
we
he's
lost
gone.
him?
Yeah.
Who signed him?
Buffalo Bills.
Well, that's 3 linemen now that we've lost in the past 2 years. Yeah. So, all right. Well, we'll just see what happens.
No
I'll
doubt.
keep listening in, Law. Thank you.
You have a good one. That's Stargazer. Y'all can check her out on Twitter and as well as a YouTube page that she's about to start up and get things going. She'll comment that in the chat. All right. So, Sadiq, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Law, I am snitching. On the chat room, there are over 500 in here and only 195 likes. Man, we gonna shame y'all, man. God dog.
Shame. Shame.
Shame on y'all, man. Shame on y'all. The next call I got Darius from the 214. You're live. Talk to me, man.
Law.
Law.
Where the hell is Twin Maker, man?
Yeah.
We missed the boy Twin Maker.
Yeah. We got some things, man, that we uncovering. But we'll talk about it. I'll talk about it in a few. But yeah, it is what it is. We're gonna get the Twin Maker back on, man. A little bit before the draft, though. You know, we got some things going. You know, Twin Maker making twins. That's what he's doing, though.
Okay.
He got 4 sets of twins, though. He got a whole lot of stuff going on.
That's a bad man right there.
That's a bad man. He better than me. I tell him all the time. I said, "Dog, you better than me. I can barely deal with 2. He got 4 of them. You know."
Yeah. The little one keep busting in on you. I see it.
Yeah.
My bad, Law, I'm at work, man. I hate calling in while I'm at work, but I just kind of want to know where Twin was at. And just overall with the free agency, I don't expect us to do nothing. I ain't gonna cap to you. The Cowboys gonna be the Cowboys. I ain't even finna get my hopes up. Pull my hair out the whole off season. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm just mad. Jalen Ramsey just went for a third. I mean, damn, that's all he went for? That's crazy.
I think that's what most people were upset about. The fact that he went for a third, right? If we went for a second or first, we'd be like, but a third?
Crazy. That's pretty much it. I just want to see where my dog Twin was at. We miss you just shooting the shit on the episode, man. That's content right there, man. But that's pretty much it.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. I've been trying to tell that boy, man. Yeah, but we'll talk about it in a few right before we close. All right, so I got the next caller. Shisha Queen to be. Queen for the 910. You are live.
Good afternoon, Cowboys Nation. How you doing, Law?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. We sitting back here watching these moves go through.
Oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
I am. Oh, you know what? I didn't start paying attention to all of this stuff until like a couple of years ago. I've been a Cowboys fan all my entire life, but I just started paying attention to like the draft and the free agency and all that other trading and all that until I started listening to you a couple of years ago, and y'all be stressing me out. So
I don't mean to, I don't mean to.
Like during off season for the last couple of years, it's like I kind of like just hold my breath, and then training camp comes around, and then I start feeling a little better and getting a little bit more excited and stuff like that. So I'm just going, just let the waves go as they may, and I'm going to ride over them, like that. But I wanted to call because of Bobby Belt. I know he probably ain't going to hear this or none of that other kind of stuff, but I'm sitting his ass too.
Whoa. Why you mad at him? He's the last land of real estate we got over there. But talk to him. Break it down.
It's not Bobby Belt. The other one.
The other one. Okay. I'm forgetting their names, but yeah. Sean and RJ, Galvin, yeah.
Him. I'm sick of him. The one talking about, yes, I bet that card I had. I am sick of him. That's the one that I'm really sick of, especially from the interview that Boss. I don't know if you played it the other day, and Boss played it yesterday or the day before or whatever, where you know they were trying to insinuate some stuff when the Lombardi guy was talking about Mike McCarthy taking over the play call and all that. They were trying to insinuate that Dak is the problem and that we should be worried about Mike McCarthy and all this other kind of stuff. I'm just sick of them. I mean, it's like they get paid tons of money to be analysts, and it's like they close their eyes. It's like they're in love with their own beliefs and ideas, and they don't want to hear nothing else.
Are you talking about the radio people? Or you talking about
yeah.
Man, they don't make no money in radio, lady. They ain't making no money like that.
Well, they don't make no money.
No, they ain't making no money. I ain't talking about their money. Hold on, excuse me. I'm not talking about their money, but they ain't balling like that. That's what I meant to say. I ain't talking about their coins. I ain't talking about another man's pocketbook. But they ain't balling like that. You know what I'm saying? But talk to me.
Okay, well, they have entirely too many followers and listeners for them to be, as negative as they are and being so in love with their ideas and their beliefs instead of laying out all the facts like you and Boss and you guys do. Lay out the facts and then weigh them from there. Y'all ain't so far in love with y'all's beliefs that y'all won't listen to what somebody else got to say and weigh it and say, okay, well, I can check into that and if y'all feel like y'all wrong, you guys will admit it. But these guys are just, it's like they are just constantly in love with themselves and their own beliefs, and it sways people. Like some of your listeners, like Brandon, he repeats a lot of shit that they say on those shows and stuff like that. And, in love with what they say in his beliefs, even though, like I said, you, Boss, and Coyer and Steele and all y'all guys, y'all lay out so much. The only thing that I'm waiting to see how it opens up is the situation with Ezekiel Elliott. I'm not going to go all off into that. I'm about to get off of here. But I want to see what's going to happen with Zeke this coming year. And I hope that he balls the hell out and shut a whole lot of people up, even some of our so-called optimistic Cowboys podcasters, content creators. I want him to shut some of them up, too. And that's all I got. And you have a beautiful day, Long. And let them hang, Cowboy Nation.
Let them hang, baby. That's Queen Cowboy. Appreciate her for her thoughts and her opinions of everything. Here's my thoughts, man, as far as the radio station and what they do. It's entertaining. For one, you got to understand that. And they're live for like 8 to 12 hours, right, or more. So, of course, you're going to have your antagonist. You're going to have your person that's going to be optimistic over there. You're going to have the people that's painted into a corner. And then you're going to have some stuff that's kind of like, paid to say. You know what I'm saying? Paid to have the narrative. So you're going to have that too. And you're going to have agendas being pushed. And you're going to have a whole bunch of stuff. And that's just how it goes. McGovern going to the Bills. Yeah. Yes, indeed. But it's different, right? And I'm not finna look. 1310 the ticket, 105, the big board networks or what have you. If you ever got a chance to speak to those boys, like what I'm saying, like live face to face, it's a whole different conversation, right? So some of that stuff you got to decipher: radio talk, view talk versus real talk, right? And the real talk is when you see them come out to Oxnard, come out to training camp, meet people that's tangible with the networks. Don't meet people, and I'm just being real with y'all. Don't meet people that hide behind the press line, right? Meet people that's out here in the streets, like me, like Boss Cowboy, like Big Game J. Big Game J ain't gonna tell you how it is. He's not gonna give you PC talk. How he felt about Dak is how Big Game James felt about Dak. Look, you ask Big Game James, did Dak Prescott peak? He gonna say, hell yeah, he peaked. And that's all he will become. That's all he is, right? But naturally, Big Game James know that, hey, he likes Dak Prescott. That, hey, we was on the show We was on show, me, him, Steele on the Late Night Hype. We was on that show doing the play-by-play analysis when his ankle broke. Y'all seen the face, the countenance on his face when it happened. Big Game James really passionately care about this team. But he ain't going to give you no bullshit. You know, he going to tell you how it is. But that doesn't mean that Dak Prescott can't win you a Super Bowl or be on a team that wins a Super Bowl, right? That doesn't mean that we don't have a chance and an opportunity to do such. So I think that all of these conversations are necessary. I think that you need to have someone that's pro Dak Prescott. I think you need to have the anti-Dak Prescott people because it goes all the way back to X-Men, right? You needed to have the Charles Xavier. You needed to have the Magneto. Both of those guys were needed, you know, to have their thoughts and their opinions out there. So that's how I look at it. Ain't that right? Rico from the 919. Suave, you live.
What's going on, Lo?
Nothing to it, man. Holler at me.
Look here, man. I was talking to Balls last night. I've been reading the tea leaves, man. What's going on.
Right.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like what I'm seeing, man. You know how I feel about the Jones. You know me. You heard the last few conversations, but I'm just gonna concentrate on what I'm seeing in the off season and what I'm thinking what's going on. The reason why I don't think Dallas is doing nothing right now is because I don't think Jerry, Steven, Will, Quinn, and Mike is all on the same page. I think it's some pushing, pulling back, going back and forth inside. Especially after I heard that Mike McCarthy interview on the Rich Eisen show.
You talking about the last year interview? He didn't do a recent one. You talking about last year, right?
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm thinking back there because Boss Cowboys played it last night.
Okay, he played it again. Okay.
Yeah, he played it again, and I spoke. We and him talked about it a little bit. One, Stephen Jones is doing the shadow cap and is like saying, "Can you swim?" And what I mean by "Can you swim?" Some people can say, "I can swim,"
right?
But they really can't swim because you got some people who can go in the shallow water and swim the deep, and as long as they can stand up, they pretty good. But if you drop them off in 20 foot of water, they'll drown because they don't know how to trade.
Right.
To me, that's how Stephen Jones with the saddle cap.
Mm-hmm.
He know if he go out there and make some moves similar to what Rams, Tampa, Eagles did.
Mm-hmm.
If it don't work out and it blows up, he can't fix it. He can't fix it that fast.
Right.
And then you see what I'm saying? So going back to what I'm reading the tea leaves is the only player outside, and that your first caller made a good point. Usually we do not let our players dangle out like
that
this,
long
without really having us at all. She made a very good point.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is the one player we have had a little conversation with is Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, we did.
In my opinion, the only reason why I think we have that conversation with Bobby Wagner is because with all this, I think they're doing some tug of war now.
Right.
It's because Jerry and Steve looking and saying, if Mike McCarthy don't pay out, we got to halfway keep Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn kind of happy. Because that's going to be our next head coach. If that's who they want, if Dan Quinn's stupid enough to take it. If I was Dan Quinn, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. But that's why they doing it. Because I'm going to tell you something.
Right. One more point, fam.
One more point. They don't know what to do. They everybody has some ideas, but Steven and Jerry don't want to give up and trust Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn and Will McClay. Let them three just put their heads together. They still meddling with it behind closed doors to a certain degree. I'm telling you, I believe it. I can see it because I've been in a management in big corporations, and when upper management still giggling with you, it's a domino effect.
No doubt, Rico, man. I appreciate you so much for your thoughts on that, man. I'm gonna echo what you just said.
And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you go. Don't be surprised Dallas have a real bad year this year.
No doubt.
Flame
Appreciate you. All right, so that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn, both of those coaching staff, both of those guys on the coaching staff last season. 12-5 the previous year, 6-10 the pandemic year, and that was with the historically bad defense, by the way. So even Mike McCarthy, last season, we didn't have back-to-back losses, right? And we had inserted our backup quarterback, won us 4 out of the 5 games. So I think that we have enough talent, regardless of who we have on the team. I think we have enough talent to stay afloat. And on top of that, we got to understand that our strength of schedule is going to be a little lesser than what we had last season, right? And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is the fear that the 4-ladder and 3-ladder network love to bring up all the time, the Cowboys. Here's how it happens all the time. I kid you guys not. It happens every year. Last season, from first to worst, right? That's where our expectations. The Cowboys won't make it back to playoff. We haven't done it. The Cowboys, I see the Cowboys being an 8-win team. You know, we hear all of that. And then when we start winning, then they kind of they pick up their goalposts and they move it a little bit further. Well, if they get to the playoff, it's one and done. Then when they win the playoff game, well, they most surely will not win another playoff game, right? And then it's like, hey, even if you did win one playoff game, they still didn't win the Super Bowl. Every single odd that's against us will be brought up this offseason. The only time they speak glowingly of the Dallas Cowboys is obviously Pro Bowl. That's the only time, because that's when they kind of pull back they punches or what have you. But the 4-ladder and the 3-ladder networks, they're going to talk about all of these things in a negative way and a connotation all through the offseason. They're not going to talk glowingly. The only time they're going to talk glowingly is in the Pro Bowl, and hear me out, Super Bowl odds. Whoever we get, they're going to overinflate the people. So whoever we get in the draft, he's going to be the next LT. Whoever wide receiver we get in the draft, he's going to be the next playmaker, or whoever quarterback, what have you, he's going to be either, if we get a quarterback in the 4th round, he's going to have the expectations of Dak Prescott. He can probably win 13 games if he starts. If we get an undrafted quarterback, we pick him up, hey, he will have the expectations. Remember Tony Romo. And for dog sure, these are the things that's been sold to us, and everybody is buying it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me buy that. So all year, when you have people like me and others like Vach or Sky or Big Game James or Boss Cowboy or the OC or JC that's in the chat, or anybody that say, hey, man, come on, Cowboy Nation, James Washington is not enough, then we will be considered those on the negative side, right? But then when it comes to reality, they say, you know what? God dog it, that dude Law was right. You know, so that's just how that goes too. And the whole conversational piece, even with Terrence Steele, the OC and Boss Cowboy, they were considered wrong all year about their assessment on Terrence Steele. And now everybody say, oh, man, they were right. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that goes. Look, Tyler Smith was booed, right? Around this time, around draft time, after that first day of Tyler Smith, everybody like, he holds too much. He's a wash. He's a bust before he even got a chance to play. And there was only one person that I seen fought for him, and his name was the OC. Right? Y'all see how the draft works? And the 4-ladder, the 3-ladder, and the 3rd-ladder, whatever, networks are going to say those things, right? That this dude is just bust. He sucks. So there's going to be everybody in the next month that's going to be angry, pissed off, and upset with whoever we draft with the 26th pick. They're going to be mad. With the 26th pick, the Dallas Cowboys select, and y'all going to be like, ah! Y'all are not going to be happy. Y'all not going to be happy. That's just how it goes, unfortunately. unfortunately, let me go. Dog, hold on. Rico, I done got you back on again. MJ, now you live, dog. You live, MJ 206.
What's up, family?
Not
I'm
much.
just listening to all the fans come on here.
Yeah.
Y'all need to go do y'all homework, fans. Y'all, I see a lot of y'all don't know. Y'all do not know football. Another thing, Stephen Jones, I'm sorry, Cowboys. I'm with Stephen Jones. I got the best goddamn, excuse my French, I got the best goddamn real GM that is Will McClay. Will McClay didn't take the GM other job because he probably make more than the GM that GM.
Right.
That's one step.
Right.
He knows what the hell he's doing. We got the best drafting team in the world. Our team is like Alabama and Georgia. Only thing that kept us from winning the championship is the dumbass offensive coordinator, dumbass. He's gone. Okay? You fans, get your head out of your butt. Come on, man. Y'all don't know no football. Talking about the guy Rico, brother. Come on, man. You got to go do your report, brother. Y'all do not know how to coach. Now, I'm like Law. Defense wins championships. If you make that defense even stronger in the middle of the field, you're going to win the Super Bowl. It's all, you got to get the middle. The middle is the key to us winning. We can't have people running for 150, 200 yards, because now you're putting too much stress on our DN. And then you're making it hard for number 11 to do his job. Point two.
All right.
McCarthy is he's like a baby in a candy store. We had all these fast receivers, and y'all didn't get to see now one of them do nothing. Like I say, San Diego receivers is gonna be crying.
You talking about that? There you go. Yeah. You talking about
They about to start crying because Denver and all them Kansas City gonna know they pattern. That's all it's Kelly Moore. Oh, we know this. We saw this in Dallas. Pick one, pick two, then y'all gonna be quarterback or they're gonna be mad. They can have Jonathan Schultz.
Yeah.
Y'all crying about people. Man, Dallas got so much talent on their team, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all about to watch out for the big kid, the Cowboys, that dude from what's that McLaurin, the guy that played. He like 330, 325. From the guard that we got, the Spanish kid. That kid's strong as hell.
Who?
So I'm not worried about we leaving McGovern. They're gonna drop the guard anyway. They're gonna probably drop the guard, and it's just like you said.
Are you talking about Isaac?
Yeah, Isaac.
Okay.
Isaac is strong as hell. They got 68 coming back. No, I'm not worried about that. And they're going to drop the guard anyway. Y'all know we was going to drop the guard anyway.
Yeah, they're going to have to draft. Look, the interior, like Matt Farniok, he can be a guy that I know got a lot of power at number 68. But what I'm thinking is the Cowboys they still should draft the guard or what have you. It could be with the 26th pick that they draft the guard. They need to stop playing around with fire, though. Go ahead and pay Terrence Steele. Stop playing around with that.
With Terrence Steele, I'm going to tell you what they're doing. Because they know I'm going to tell y'all something. And hey, I'm going to tell you something. It's like you said, your boy that had his shoulder, and they already seen how he was playing before.
Let's go.
Yep, before he got hurt, they saw something. And you said it. He might have to go to the right side. You know what I'm saying? But that if they get a second-round pick for that kid, now if somebody try to offer him 4 years, $60 million, he's gone. Now that's $15 million a year. Now if they offer him like $40 million, 4 years, no, that's what they want to pay him. They're not trying to pay him no. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to pay him no 15, no.
No doubt, no doubt, man, MJ. I appreciate you for calling in, fam. I'll talk about that a little later, but I appreciate you, fam.
Lord, but let these guys know, man. Stop getting on here crying, man. Y'all crying about we ain't doing that, man. We like the fucking Alabama and Georgia.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
That's MJ, man. That's MJ. All right, so
That's where the guts went. Just dropped them.
will this team be better organically? Like, organic means, okay, naturally with what we already got, the homegrown philosophy, and we like our guys. I think yes. But what I'm saying also, laughingly saying that, just make 1 or 2 moves. Don't go out there and just go out there and try to grab everything. Just make 1 or 2 calculated moves, but I want the Cowboys to work a little bit harder. You can't have your eyes set on one particular person, and then that person say, nah, I don't like you, I'm going to go to another team, and then you go reach for a James Washington, So that's just how that go. But I got 337, then I got the 815. But 337, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What's up, my brother? You say 1 or 2 moves, right? I'm going to give you 1 or 2 moves.
Give it to me, man. Yeah.
Ready? I'm going to drop a little knowledge.
Uh-huh.
So, first of all, I think we're going to lose Dalton Schultz. So we can agree on that.
Yeah, he gone, dog. He gone.
But I don't think we need to reach in free agency. I like Jake Ferguson and Peyton Henderson. I really like Jake Ferguson. I think Jake Ferguson can develop into a good NFL tight end.
Yeah.
Second point, quarterback. Now, I'm a Dak guy, but I like that they're talking to Hendon Hooker. And I wouldn't mind if they drafted Hendon Hooker if he's there in the 3rd round. Because the one thing I will say, Cooper Rush.
Hold on before you say that.
Go ahead.
Third, that will be a steal to get Hendon Hooker in the 3rd round.
Right?
Who name me the quarterbacks that's ahead of Hendon Hooker right now?
Well, C.J. Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say Bryce Young.
Okay.
But I'm an SEC guy. I would take Hendon Hooker over Bryce Young.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know.
Ain't that many. Look, if you get that dude in the 3rd, shoot, hey, you'll say, hey, I don't want to rush you. I want to slowly prepare you to get ready.
That's right.
And you will see Hendon Hooker being elevated right at the cusp because you got 2 more years with Dak Prescott. So that will be the situation there. Next year will be you're a red shirt Hendon Hooker right now, right? Even though he can throw a little bit here, but you don't want to rush him. And then next season, you start slowly putting them in there. And you already seen Peyton Manning say that, hey, he think the world of that kid. He likes what his upside is and everything. I'll say, hey, well, Peyton, I will call Peyton, tell him, come on to Dallas, man. We got a room for you to be the quote-unquote quarterback helper. You know what I mean? That would be the situation there. But go ahead with your other point. Go ahead.
Go ahead. And one more thing on Hooker real quick. A lot of people don't know he's coming off an ACL injury. So the way you explain this exactly right. Let the man come in there, slowly progress. Hey, iron sharpens iron. It wouldn't be nothing for Dak to kind of look over his shoulder a little bit, maybe play a little better. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm going to talk about the 2 positions I do think we need to touch in free agency.
All right.
Linebacker. Now, there's a guy that plays for the Tennessee Titans named David Long I think would be better than Bobby Wagner. He might have been priced out because I think Leighton Vander Esch is going to be gone.
He's
a little younger than Bobby Wagner.
He's measurables out. He's 5'10", 5'11". He's 5'10", 5'11". They want basketball players out there.
5'11". So was Ray Lewis, but he got 230 tackles. He got 230. He knows how to wrap up.
Yeah.
He can play.
Yeah. Now hold on. Look. I'm just gonna have to put this out there. I'm not saying that Long and Lewis is in the same conversation. That's all I'm gonna say. But keep going.
No, you're right. And I'm not either. They are both about 5'10", right? That's what you said. I mean,
yeah.
All right. Now, and look, if we get Bobby Wagner, I'll be over the moon. I'd take Bobby Wagner for sure. Because people got to realize Micah is not really a linebacker. He's more of a rush in. And he plays linebacker. But that's a need. The last one I want to say, and this is the elephant in the room, a lot of people talking about wide receiver. So those first 2 picks, that's why I was thinking Hendon Hooker with that 3rd round draft pick would be a steal. Because I do think we're going to have to draft a guard probably with a 2nd round pick.
Right.
And then a lot of people say, well, running back or wide receiver with a first one. You know, if Bijan's there, a lot of people want Bijan Rock, but I think we're going to end up drafting a wide receiver. And then I think we need to add another wide receiver.
Yeah.
I don't know
Veteran guy or what are you talking about?
So, I mean, there's two. OBJ here on local radio and stuff like that. The Saints, I think they cut Michael Thomas after June 1st.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to offload that. He ain't a $20 million a year receiver with his time off unless he got a hell of an agent. Put CeeDee Lamb in the slot, put Michael Thomas outside. That is a realistic option. And I think we could get him a 2-year deal. Those are my 4 things.
I appreciate you, man.
Don't mess with tight ends in free agency. If we can draft Hendon Hooker, that would be fantastic. David Long or Bobby Wagner. Obviously, OBJ is like that big, that big-ass Christmas present under the tree with a big bow.
Right.
You walk out and you're like, damn, boy, I hope that was mine.
Yeah.
Let's hope that's ours. And last thing I got for you, Law, I love your show. I wanted to say props to that bit you had. I don't know what episode it is, where you were talking about Stephen Jones is not your typical guy because he can't be fired.
Yeah.
That is the truest thing. And if we had somebody to put pressure to where the results matter and you can be fired,
right,
I don't think we'd even be in this situation.
Oh yeah. Somebody heads will roll, man. I appreciate you so much, man.
All right,
Thank you for calling in. All right, so let's do this.
The conference has been locked.
All right, let me go over these 2 super chats. Then I'll let that's my guy Brandon next from the 815. But the super chat here states that Jones know what McCarthy wants, but they don't want to give it to him. Oh, okay, yeah. They want to fight. They want to be going against the grain, right? Man, if I run this organization, I'd just let the football guys do football stuff. And if I was Jerry Jones, I would just figure out how to fill the stadium up and get out of the football stuff and just be the owner, man. But he want to do everything, and then Stephen Jones, he chemical engineering major, degree or what have you, want to do financial talk, right? It's crazy, man. Stargazer says, Jane Slater says the front office aren't talking to Steele until the summer, Law. This is why I'm a bit nervous. Oh, I heard that wrong then. I thought that what Slater said, Star, was the Cowboys are thinking that Steele and Tony Pollard would be ready for training camp. Expectations were that they would be ready to practice and be full go for training camp. Not that they're not even talking. Now, we already know the conversational piece with Tony Pollard from historical data shows that he's 9 times out of 10 is going to play on that franchise tag. That's just what the Cowboys do. They love to put the players on the franchise tag and let them play on it. So it's crazy. David says scared money. Yeah, makes what? Can you finish that off, David? Scared money makes what? From the 815, you're alive, my dog, Brandon. Talk to me, man.
It's scared money don't make no money.
Yes, indeed.
Scared money don't make nothing.
It don't make nothing, huh? You just put scared money out there. So yeah, you already know how I finished it. You know what I'm saying? Scared money, you ain't gonna make no money, fam. What's on your heart, man? What's on your thoughts?
Man, look, I want to address something really, really quick. I think the warehouse queen said, I like to repeat stuff that I hear. Law, I've been calling your show over a year now. I was saying this in the off season last year, what I was saying about that. I didn't have to wait to hear somebody. Actually, I'm at the front of the bus with this Dak thing. So get your facts together, lady. Back to what I was about to say. Once the playoff game ended, I said this, Law. The offense gonna be what the offense is. We need to put all our chips in on defense. To me, it's clear. It's like is the sun is outside. Like, you got to go all in on defense. We absolutely whipped on this Jalen Ramsey thing. Like, this leads into what I have to get this out my chest. We got the most profitable franchise in the world. We're the biggest franchise in all of sports, but we run it like a small business, like
mom and pops.
Yeah, like exactly what you were saying the other day. So I don't want to, it just boggles my mind how, like, I want people to really understand what they're trying to do with Odell Beckham. They want Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham said, I want $20 million. But really, Odell Beckham going to probably get something less. But the truth is, the Dallas Cowboys want to give him at such low of a deal. They trying to talk to his mama. They trying to
talk to his dad. Yeah. His dad is a Cowboy fan, by the way. Yeah.
Like, think about this, guys. Like, we trying to be so dirt cheap. What we trying to do is, if we could get away with this, they probably would sign Odell Beckham to a 1-year, $1 million deal. That's really what they would like to do. Let's be for real. That's why I kept saying this too, Law. We got to actually call people. Y'all seen how they put out there, we call Bobby Wagner. What does that mean? What do that mean?
Nothing.
What do that mean?
Yeah.
I tried to call the president, but didn't nobody answer. Like, what do that mean? Like, guys, I think we have to make sure we tell them, please, let's go in on defense. Because y'all already told me Dak Prescott is the next Hall of Famer. So it's no need to even talk about offense.
Hey, man, if you bring him a chip, man, it'll be some strong arguments, dog. Yeah, for real.
Man, don't do that, Law. Don't do that.
Hey, man,
don't do that.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Would he have the stats, though, fam?
No, don't do that.
Is Eli? Hold on, fam. Will eventually Eli Manning be a Hall of Famer? Yes or no?
You come, because of the 2 Super Bowls. If not for the 2 Super Bowls,
if not for the 2 Super Bowls, the Super Bowl changes everything, dog. It changes everything, man.
You're right. You're right. Look, if Dak Prescott give him 2 Super Bowls, we'll have to talk about it. But 1 Super Bowl ain't gonna do it.
Man, one. I'll find a way to put him in the Super Bowl if he get 1.
Look, man. Look. In 1995, 96, I was like 5, 6 years old. So I couldn't. I was there, but I wasn't. So I don't know. I want to see. So if Dak Prescott win me a Super Bowl, I'm gonna be campaigning for him to be in the Hall of Fame. I would never call him Kirk Cousins twin. I would never call him 2-4 Dak. Man, the slander would be over.
No, the slander will eventually be over. But let me tell people, because they said Eli Manning is not in the Super Bowl. What they're going to do is they're going to wait. They're going to stretch it out because you got to have the storyline to match. So they're going to wait, 5? They're waiting for Tom Brady to retire, right? And when it's time for him to get, I think that Tom Brady and Eli Manning is going to get into the Super Bowl. I mean, not the Super Bowl, but in the the Hall of Fame at the same time, because there would be storylines, right? When they talk about all of
perfect.
Yeah.
You couldn't write that. You couldn't write that in the better. So of course, Eli Manning. I'm not saying he's first ballot, but he's one of them people that's eventually gonna get. Don't do that.
Yeah. Come on. But you get that. If you get Dak Prescott 2 Super Bowls, man, he ain't gonna wait forever, man. They're gonna put that joker right in there.
And he played for the Cowboys. He might get in on first ballot. That's a fact.
First ballot Hall of Famer, man.
But come on. Let me get my free agent stuff out like afterward.
Go ahead.
Okay. We need to get a corner. We need to get a D tackle. Hell, I don't understand what, like the first caller was saying, I don't understand how we let Donovan Wilson even sniff free agency. I'm not sure, like, what we doing with that. Let Ezekiel Elliott go. He done. I already said that. If y'all mad about that, that's on y'all. Let Ezekiel Elliott go. Austin Eckler said he requested trade. Do you think Austin Eckler can handle 25 carries a game? Sure you do. Do you think Austin Eckler can catch the ball out the backfield? Sure you do. Do you think Austin Eckler is probably a better player than Tony Pollard? I say yes. So, like, if there's options,
no way. I feel you though. I feel you, man. I feel you, man. Hey. One more thing before I let you go, man. I'm gonna let these other callers in, man.
Oh yeah. Well, just one more thing. Again, don't get mad at me because Dak proved to you who he is. I said this before. Law, I hope you would let them know. I've been said this. I didn't wait for somebody to say this. When Skip was saying Dak was the greatest, he didn't start saying Dak was a no-show and like a terrible player for this year. So cut that out. I don't listen to 105 until Law play it. So cut that out, guys. Dak sucked. How about them Cowboys? Let's go win a Super Bowl with the defense. Shout out to Law Nation.
Man, that dude. If it's anybody, man, if it's anybody that I want to win the Super Bowl would be our Cowboys. Just to make this dude change his stance on this team, especially Dak Prescott. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I hope that one day, him and Queen can find some solid ground, because the back and forwardness, man. Come on, man. I think that I'm gonna allow Queen the next time she call in to speak her mind once again and have a battle royale. My guy says this guy murmured more than speaking facts. Ask him, where was the defense when we needed a stop in 49ers? Let Mr. Irrelevant go down the field with Kittles and close the game out. Yeah, I appreciate you for the support on that one. Far as where's the defense? Y'all know I love defense, and I think that the offense versus the defense, I think that the offense in these last 3 years or what have you finish ahead of the defense. Regardless of how we look at the numbers or what have you, the defense finished behind the offense. But there are moments whereas I want this defense to be like the 85 Bears of what we were talking about for the first few weeks. Now, this defense, we really need to have more consistency out of this defense. I get it. We do need consistency out of Dak Prescott. He laid the egg in that game, throwing those INTs. One, I would say that was on him. The other one, that Michael Gallup INT, we can go back and forth and talk about he should have hit Zeke in the flats or what have you. But that is the pass that Gallup had to fight toward the ball. And when we look back at tape, I promise y'all, you will not see that play again, because we're not going to run 4 curls anymore. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, if we add more weapons, yes, we went 12-5 last year, but if you add more weapons, I think we can be better than what we seen last year. But, yeah, Dak need to step it up, and, yes, the defense need to step it up, too, when we get to the playoffs. I know a lot of people say, hey, man, they held the Niners to 19 points. That should have been enough. But the reality states that both sides need to play better. Granted, going back to what my guy MJ said, we're getting better philosophy on offense. At least we will have a scheme that's put into place, right? All right, I got my guy Press Ham, and then I got Sonny, and then I got Mike from Buffalo. Press Ham, you live.
What's up, loud? What's happening, man?
Nothing to it, Chief. Holler at me, man. Talk to me.
Hey, so they got everybody out there on the market, huh?
Yep.
So that means, hell, since Connor gone, then that means they finna keep Tyron, ain't they? And then they gonna move the other Smith back to guard, right? Since Connor gone.
It do create a room where you can argue and say, well, let me exactly do that. You know, Connor gone. Let me slide Tyron Smith back at left tackle and move Tyler Smith inside. That do create that room area for that guard, because we do have avoidance right there at left guard, right?
Right. Yes, sir.
Damn, man, you broke that down, dog. That's on you, you know.
Right. And hell, and we don't know what they're gonna do with Steele over there. You know what I'm saying? He may come back or somebody may snatch him up, right?
For a second round draft pick. Look, if I'm for a second round draft pick, if I'm the Cincinnati Bengals who finished still dead last almost midways in the offensive line category, shoot, I'm pulling the trigger, right?
Right, big fact. Hey, but
Talk to
hey,
me.
the big thing though, since we need some type of veteran presence, what you think about Peterson, man, from the Vikings, man? You think he'll fit in good, wouldn't he?
You talking about defensive back, right? Patrick Peterson.
Yeah, Patrick Peterson will fit good over here, man.
That sounds like that sound like the way the Cowboys normally go. They would go get a long in the tooth guy, right? Bring him on for a cup of coffee. I won't be mad at it. He'll help everybody out in the room, but that will have to be a short term situation.
He got a couple more years in him, though.
In the last 2 seasons we played him, we burnt him up like toast.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's part of the game.
Yeah, I know that part of the game. he should have came up 2 years ago.
Right, but that's all I wanted, man. I just thought about that when Connor was gone. I was like, yeah, they just found this speech to keep Tyler.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you for calling in.
But they gonna have to go get that some help, though, man. They need to go on and pull the trigger on something.
They do. Organically, we can't have the same team rolling out there. Look, get you another wide receiver. Get you somebody that can help this team out. Look, that's what I'm saying. Go get you people, man, to help Dak Prescott out. Don't look at Dak saying, okay, you got CeeDee Lamb. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard, right? Those boys getting paid money and blah, blah, blah. No, don't play us like that. Go get some dogs out there. I appreciate you, fam.
Big facts. How about them Cowboys?
How about him? It's Press, man. Appreciate him. All right, so my guy Sanjay says, where was the Eagles' defense with the most sacks in the Super Bowl versus the Chiefs? You need top-tier offense with a solid defense to win in the 21st century. Yeah, I do. I do agree with that. You do need top offense, top-tier offense at that. Right? Were the Eagles up before Riri got to singing? Yeah, no, y'all let me know. Were the Eagles up before Riri got to singing? You know what I'm saying? Were the Eagles a shoe-in for the first 2 quarters? Can somebody let me know? That top-tier offense, hey, nobody was complaining about that defense, too. I ain't talking about you, Sanjay, but it just reminded me, it hit me. So, were the Eagles talking cash money? Wait a minute. That bird done scooped up, the bird done literally scooped up a chief. And that's what the nerve that they had, you know. No, come back with my chiefs. And then the guy said, don't worry, hold on, let me get my gun. Hey, they might be in the third quarter, heading into the third quarter. They head into the fourth quarter. Go get that bird. Woo. Man, it's a dog shame what they did to that bird, man. They were up. So, technically, the Eagles won the Super Bowl up until halftime. They did. They won the Super Bowl up until halftime. Right or wrong? Do anybody want to out-debate me on that? My guy said, wait a minute, it's rigged now. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, the Eagles fans, boy. It's rigged. How that song go? Oh, we halfway there. Living on a prayer. Take my hand. Oh my gosh, man. How that song go, man? Cause somebody put the lyrics on this so I could try to attempt to sing it. They was halfway there. And they was living on a prayer. Halfway there. Somebody put the lyrics down so I can sing that song, man. Oh my gosh. All right, I got that out of my system, man. I just had to laugh at the Eagles one more time. And then they had the nerve. To tell me, man. They had the nerve to tell me, at least our quarterback threw a touchdown in the Super Bowl. At least my quarterback was able to throw a touchdown in the Super Bowl. And y'all quarterback haven't been to the divisional round, out of the divisional round. Oh my gosh, man. We live it on a prayer. Take my hand. See, I didn't know I had this much fun, man. Oh, the Eagles defense falling apart now in free agency, man. Yes, indeed, man. Oh my gosh, man. Appreciate you for the super chat. You know, oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh, man. This is too funny, man. Oh my gosh, man. They was halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand.
Yeah, I agree with you
970.
all. The Eagles making me laugh too.
They are, man.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I wanted to ask you something about last couple days ago when you did that show with that girl. You guys were talking about offensive tackles, Tyler, and anyways, you guys were talking. Anyways, you got off on that Pete's sauce. Remember that?
Oh, Texas
You were talking
Pete.
about the Pete sauce.
Yeah,
and you
Texas
said
Pete
it's
sauce. Yeah.
Texas. But anyways, you were going to look up Landabaugh. I remember because people were saying that they wanted Landabaugh instead of Tyler Smith or whatever. Remember that?
Tyler Linderbaum. Yeah.
Remember, and you were going to look it up, but you never got back to it.
Okay, Tyler
I was
Linderbaum.
curious to see how well he did over there in.
I think he allowed by like 3
3
sacks or something. Let me see.
Yeah, 'cause remember you were going to look that up, but you guys got off on that topic.
Yeah, he allowed
About
3 sacks, 6 penalties.
So who had a better year?
Oh, who had a better year? Who out of who? Tyler Biotis had a better year.
So we would have been. So we would have had a good. So either way, we would have had it, right? Would you have been okay with Tyler?
Now, which Tyler? 'Cause we got 3 Tylers. You got Tyler Linderbaum, Tyler Biotis, or Tyler Smith.
Yeah, the one that came out during the draft, we were picking one of the two. The people wanted Tyler Linderbaum, but not the other guy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I was talking? That we was talking. You were talking about that.
Yeah.
How people wanted that, and you said, "Well, let's see." And then you went off on that salsa talk.
Yeah, by the sauce talk. Well, shoot,
Yeah.
give me. Now Tyler Linderbaum, he have a higher ceiling, right? He was a rookie, so of course he had things that
and everybody was wanting him.
Yeah, everybody wanted him. Yeah, it's going to take a probably not this year, but next season. Tyler Linderbaum going to be on his way. He's gonna ascend, in my opinion.
But yes.
Yeah.
Okay, my question is now, who's the best quarterback going to be in the NFC if Aaron Rodgers leaves? Who's going to be the best? It's going to be Dak Prescott.
It's going to be down to these 3 right here: Dak, Jalen Hurts, Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins. I think those are Kyler Murray
coming to New Orleans. But but this is on a silver platter for us. We ought to run away with it this year.
Yep.
We're going to have the best.
On
Dak
paper,
Prescott
yeah.
wouldn't have been hurt. His hand wouldn't have been hurt.
Right.
You think we would have won that game against San Francisco if he was healthier?
You talking about Dak?
Dak Prescott, yeah. If his hand wasn't hurt, If you'd have been healthy going into that game, 100%, you think we would have won that game?
I mean, at this point, I think that we can't use Dak Prescott's thumb as an excuse in this game. I promise you, he could have had some steel pain and things like that.
Game, but that did probably affect some of his throwing and stuff.
Yeah.
And we still were 12-5.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think we run right back with the same team we've had. There's a good chance. I think we're going to go straight to the Super Bowl. I'm telling you, 14-3 is what I'm predicting.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Just run it back.
Really, I think Lamb's going to be better.
He is
coming off, his injury to his second year, and I think CD's going to be just completely awesome. But then, like you said, the offensive guards and stuff, that's what's real heavy in the draft this year. You said that's one of the strong picks for this year in the draft is the offensive guards and running backs.
Yeah.
You said there's good ones compared to like quarterbacks and defensive players.
No doubt.
Is that what I'm getting? Is that what you guys are saying? That the offensive players, blockers, and the running backs are better this year than they have been in a long time?
The expectations of those guys are high this year, so we haven't seen them yet, and it'll be the unknown.
You think we just get a good running back that's going to help a lot?
I think that scheme and philosophy will help out a lot too. We
don't know how Tony Pollard's going to come back from injury.
Right. We don't know how Tony.
That's the big question mark. We got to have somebody a good backup to that one. But as far as receivers go, I think we're set to go. I think a lot of people are. I don't think we need to go after Odell. I think take that $20 million and put it on another offensive guard or left
defensive
guy, or sign a big player on defense. I think just run with what we got.
No doubt,
considering that what we're playing in the NFC, there's only a couple good quarterbacks. It ain't like we're playing in the AFC where you got all these good quarterbacks and everything.
No doubt. And
I mean, honestly, and Ramsey going to Miami, he's gonna be made like a football over there with all them guys.
Yeah,
the quarterback's gonna chew him up.
We would definitely see.
I mean, he's going up against better caliber. He's been better off staying in the NFC.
Yep.
I mean, what's your thoughts on all that?
I appreciate you. I'm gonna go through that offline. Appreciate you.
That's my thoughts on all that.
No doubt. Appreciate you, son.
Who did you say was better, Landaball or the other guy?
Are you talking about Tyler Smith?
Yeah, the guy who they said was holding all the time, and then
Tyler Smith had a better season than Tyler Linderbaum, last season.
So we drafted correctly then.
We did. We needed a tackle guard.
You were talking about how people were wanting Linderbaum instead of Tyler Smith.
Yeah.
So we did get it right.
We got it right. Yep. Appreciate you.
That's all I needed to know. And let's go Cowboys.
Let's go. That's Sonny, man. That's my guy, man. Here's my thoughts. The draft is always the unknown. And when you look at what he said, Tyler Linderbaum was pretty good, but we didn't really need that, right? We already had a center. And Tyler Biadasz gave up no sacks last season, and he had 5 penalties, whereas Tyler Linderbaum gave up 3 to 4 sacks last season with 6 penalties. And, of course, you just can't look at it from that aspect because, of course, he was a rookie. But we already had a guy that was developing at Tyler Biadasz. And Tyler Biadasz is going to be even better this season, right, than what he was the previous year. But I do like the area where it says 0 sacks allowed as far as Tyler Biadasz. Now, Tyler Smith, we needed him at left tackle. That's one of the most important parts on that front five is the blind spot for your quarterback. And by him playing musical chairs with guard to tackle, it was phenomenal. So shout out to Tyler Smith and for what he was able to do for us. And I think it was remarkable. All right. So before I let Mike from Buffalo on, we got a super chat from Coach Marv. He says, Law, the team valued and big media means nothing to the NFL. Invisible cap. Cash on hands means everything to get what you want with this cap. Law, where there's smoke, there's fire. Look at the history, Law. So I think you talked about this before, Coach Marv. I think you sent me a link on this before, if my memory served me correct. The Cowboys, just because they on paper, they valued, as millions of dollars, right, or billions of dollars. But the liquidity, the cash on hand that they can spend with, they are one of the lowest teams in the NFL using cash, spending cash. What can you do with spending cash available? You can take those proceeds or that money to give it to players up front as far as bonuses. Case in point, for those who don't understand or know what he's talking about, just like you can have a player that's $230 million guaranteed, you can restructure that contract, give him bonuses or cash up front, and then that would free up the hard cap constraints that you have and open up things. Now, that's more of a financial question, and that's what the Cleveland Browns done did. That's how they were able to free up $36 million on $230 million that's guaranteed. I know when we start talking financials and things like that, it kind of hurt people's brain to talk about the money, but the Cowboys can very much so be on paper looking like they got cash or looking like they are billionaires or what have you. But as far as operational cash, it can be slowed up. It can be money that you can't touch into futures, right? It's kind of like people with a trust fund, right? You got the trust fund there, but you can't touch it until you're 21. You can't touch it until you're 22. And those are things that the invisible cash that the Cowboys have, it could be just that. The Cowboys could be flat out broke and operating as if though they're not. So do I believe that the Cowboys are? I can tell you it'll be kind of hard to make that, right? Jones family, when for those who are close in this area, he got a gas company. And when Dallas froze over the last season, his company made $1.2 billion, just like that. And they didn't lower the rates. They increased the rates, right? So shame on the Jones family for doing that. And then they got a whole deal with blockchain. They doing things that, they landed a deal over $10 million with the Oxnard thing. When we go out there to practice at Oxnard, that's a business transaction, right? The city of Oxnard pays those boys, right? And they went into a bidding war as far as contract between San Diego and Oxnard for where they're going to handle those particular off-season workout procedures. Oxnard, for the record, this may not be talked about, from a business aspect of it. But Oxnard won that bid concern, you know what I'm saying? Who can write out a bigger check? The city of Oxnard said, we can write out that check a little bit bigger. We don't want you to take that type of operation to San Diego. And then the Jones opened it. Oh, okay. We'll keep it here for another 10 years in Oxnard. You know what I'm saying? That's how that stuff works, though. Business deals been done left and right. I hope I ain't talking too much. Let me get back to football, although that was football. But that is how it goes. And let me say this too. Those stadiums that's been built, just like that super stadium that we got in Arlington, let me know if it's the same contractors that was built in Las Vegas, Atlanta, and LA. You know what I mean? Let me quit talking, man. Shoot, y'all gonna get me fool around. It's gonna be one of these numbers over here. Where is that? FBI, open up! Yeah, oh, my bad. I'm all allegedly. Mike from Buffalo, man, talk to me, man.
Lord, what's good with you, man?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me, man. What's on your heart?
Yeah, we talked a couple of days ago, man. I was telling you that, man, Dallas MO is mostly like the second or the third day, and then a free agency, that's when they usually make their moves.
Yeah, they do.
I'm thinking, like, you know what I'm saying, what you think about James Bradbury at the opposite cornerback with Diggs?
He want top 5. I think he want top 5 money.
Oh,
He
no,
want top
man.
DB
God.
money, man. And every time I look up, when Bradbury playing against us, he get burnt. I just see C.D. Lamb just be a trail of Lamb burning him. So I don't want that for us, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, C.D. Lamb and Dallas burning, but I don't see too many other teams be like running past him like that either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you, man.
You know what I think?
Yeah. Talk to me.
You know what I think Dallas is gonna end up doing, Law? I think they're gonna try to promote within, man. We need a swing tackle since Connor left. So I think they're gonna try to promote like Ball or Wilesco. That's how you say his name?
Yeah, Wilesco. Let me ask you this before we talk about that. Is Bland better than Bradbury?
His upside is better.
Okay, so yeah, that's why I know on Bradbury. Then now, let's go to another conversation.
Yeah, and like I said, I think they're gonna try and promote within, man, with Ball and Wilesco, right? Now, Ball need to get stronger, man, because I watched him get pushed around like he don't have no strength. He need to get bigger and stronger, you know.
Yeah, my thing is with now this could be now. Ooh, you slide devil, you man. You know, don't you know the same type of conversation we had against Terrence Steele, right? Could be the same push that front office is having for Ball. Ball just didn't have the amount of immense reps that Steele had, right? Steele was thrown into the fire. Ball, we got a chance to see him tiptoe around it because we wasn't really saying, okay, let's rip the Band-Aid off and throw Ball out there, right? So can this offseason with a different offensive lineman coach, right, work on some of the things that can help Ball make it from this level to that level? It can happen. It's a possibility. Now, I'm not saying that it will, but it's a possibility. But I don't think that that's going to happen, though, man.
No, you know what I want to see? I want to see Dallas sign DJ Chalk and my boy from the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. If they sign those two right now in the free agency, I'll be good with that. Just add on to the team that we already have, man. That's all. Right. But DJ Chalk is our speedster. He can take the top off off the offense. You know what I'm saying? I
feel you on that. So those would be your two go-tos. DJ.
Yeah, I feel like they can find those two right there, Bobby, and we can find.
Yeah.
We can find a veteran cornerback somewhere, like, you know what I'm saying, that can hold up the other side. You know what I mean?
Yep.
As long as it ain't Peterson, though, because Peterson is long in the tooth.
You would rather make the phone call to have Xavier Rhodes to come on back for a cup of coffee, right? And see what he can do as far as a veteran leadership, draft another DB, and then you roll with what you got with the WLOGs, right?
Yeah, but I'm not really into Rhodes. Rhodes is kind of long in the tooth too, man. But at the same time, the way the Joneses operate, man, they're not really trying to pay nobody no big money. So I wouldn't mind it that they were to bring him back, see what he can do in a full season. But
yeah. I mean, it's straight up possible, man. I appreciate you, fam.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Good call from Mike, y'all. Put your hands together for Mike, man. Good call from it. It made me stretch my mind. And for those, I'm gonna say this again, and hear me out. Who was not calling Terrence Steele trash in 2020? Show of hands, show your hand, nah, I believe in Terrence Steele since day one. So it's not a far stretch. It's not a reaching saying that Ball can improve. And I think Coach Marv said something about run blocking, that he was good in that category. And I think that with Ball, I think in college he played left side. For him to be switched to right side, it's a different world, right? So that's just all I'm saying with that. And I'm not an advocate of banging on the table saying, hey, we good with Ball. You know what I'm saying? You know? So it's a lot of things that we can look at it from the we like our guys philosophy, you know. Everyone said he was trash. This is from Sean Black. See? Everyone said it, you know. So, and it's just the fact that you didn't get a chance to see. And I'm not capping for Ball right now, but you got to get a chance to see, right? And let's go. I got another caller here on the line. Give me 1 second here. Is this Frank from the 856?
Yeah, what's going on?
Nothing to it, man. Holla at me, man. What's on your heart?
So I know that you've been getting a lot of crazy calls today about some fans that are oblivious to the fact that we still need to upgrade our defense. The Niners just proved with their defense, which in my opinion was better than our defense. They just got Hargrave. I think as far as free agency goes, I think we should sign a receiver in free agency. But I think the draft we should just go all defense. I like to go the defensive end from Michigan. I forgot his name. Hold on. I think his name was Mazi Smith. Mazi Smith is a good defensive end. We could pick him with our first pick.
Okay.
And I like to go, there's a corners from Alabama that are good. There's a lot of good defensive players in the draft this year.
Eli Rick.
I don't think we should draft receiver.
Or you like Branch?
Yeah.
Or you like the deep? You like
I like
the safety or the corner?
the corner.
Okay, the corner. Okay.
I just like honestly going defense this pick because I don't think we need anything else on our offensive side besides offensive tackle, of course. I still think that we need to address that, but as far as us going with that, we're going to need to get rid of Zeke. His contract's way too big on our salary cap right now.
Okay.
I would say the only way we'll be able to sign anybody is if we get a cash offer to them, fully guaranteed cash, but there's no way we're doing that as a team.
No,
I don't
we're not
think we're
doing
going to
it.
do that honestly at all.
Yeah, we spend the lowest cash spenders. So let me ask you this though: you said the money, the money with Zeke is the biggest issue. All right, we got $25. We got $25 million now. So what's in the way now? Are we going to sign Donovan Wilson? Are we going to re-up LVE? Because that is what John Machota said today on his network, is that the Cowboys are expecting to just bring those boys back.
I love both of them. I think LVE elevated his playing a lot more this year. He looks more like Sean Lee was in his prime. I like the way Wilson's been playing. He's been, to me, our best safety. Wilson's been our best safety. Getting to the tackle, he's been stopping runs nonstop when we don't have a run-stopping game. He's been the one on tackle besides Micah. I think our whole defense runs around Micah. I think we should try to get more players in the middle, and not only that, help our secondary, because I'll be honest with you, we've had the same secondary since the past 2 years. I think we need to switch up our secondary. I like that rookie that we started last year. I forgot his name. I think when Brown got hurt, I'm pretty sure. That rookie was good, but besides that, I think we need to really elevate our secondary and our defensive line. I think it needs to be upgraded a lot more. I think Micah needs a lot of help because Micah's, to me, our best player on our team. He changes the way the game's played. He stops runs. He could stop a team from progressing on the field just because of one play. If he blows the line, everybody goes into a panic mode to cover the quarterback, and he's basically to the quarterback every single play.
No doubt. I mean, those are all great observations there. I don't have no rebuttal to your thoughts on that aspect of it. We do need to do that, Frank. It's just that the Cowboys, man, it's an old wait-and-see moment right now, and I don't even know what we're going to do, man. But I appreciate you for calling in, fam.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, good call from him, man. Great patience, too. He's been waiting in the chat area on the phone line on hold forever. I truly believe – and goodbye. And I truly believe that the Cowboys would do just that as far as their negotiation strategy is signing their own guys. Sign their own guys and do just what Todd Archer reported. Focus on players like Donovan Wilson, Leighton Vander Esch, and Dante Fowler. We like our guys. And out of these groupings here, I did hear from Michael Parsons that he would love to have LVE back, right? So we heard that. And how the Cowboys value LVE. I know you guys been banging on the table for David Long, and we've been banging on the table for Bobby Wagner. They said that they gave a call, but what they tend to do, they tend to say, hey, we reached out to the guys. It's just that we couldn't come up with the money. We couldn't come up with the agreement. So therefore, we like our guys. And you're going to see 55 back in the Cowboys uniform next season or this season. I think that they value LVE more than they value a David Long. But David Long, no, they like their guys. They will look at, if the economics is right, they will look at LVE over David. And then you know how that looks too. 6'4.5" LVE. 5'11", 5'10", David Long. They're going to value that too. Somebody that already knows the system, they're going to value that. That's just how the Cowboys roll. Fowler, you scraped that guy and got him for peanuts last season. I think that he was a crucial part of this team. But getting rid of him or letting him walk, it won't be that much of a blow. It will be probably a blessing in disguise because now we will see more of Sam Williams, right? But if the Cowboys want to bring him back for a cup of coffee, then bring him, you know. As far as Donovan Wilson, I think the Cowboys will figure out a way. But if not, they're not going to cry over spilled milk. They believe in their philosophy. Izzy McComu, Marquise Bell, they will figure out ways to try to repeat that. But it is what it is. It says, Richard Coleman says, hey, Law, is there enough pie to go around? Laugh out loud. All I hear is crickets. DC for life, right? They talk about this money every year. They don't go out and do anything with it. Brandy says, we are going to go bargain shopping for cheap. You know, that's what they do. They are cheap. And unfortunately, that's how it goes. My God, Law Nation is on my heart. Queen Elizabeth, Optimus Prime, Morgan Freeman is Moses. Stephen Jones is Jigsaw from the Saw playing in the game with the cap. Yes, you're right. That's just what it is. Man, you crazy, man. Yo, you crazy, man.
Shame.
You crazy.
Shame.
It's crazy, man. It's funny.
Shame.
Shout out to my guy Choctaw, man. He's always bringing some humor to the table, man. All right, so a lot of you guys ask me where is my brother, the twin maker, and when y'all gonna do some things that's going on with the Cowboys and versus the Niners talk again and these sorts of things. We've been going through a lot, you know, with the family over here. We just lost a cousin to cancer, and it's been heavy on us, man. And we just try to get through a lot. I go live for our therapy, and the news just happened this morning that my little cousin passed away due to cancer, what have you, and it's been rough on the family altogether. Even for things that's going on with my mom and everything too, it's been rough. So we've been fighting, y'all, and I take things a little different. You know, I look at it absent from the body, present with the Lord. But if you guys can have anything on your heart to give, that would help. She just passed away this morning. She's been fighting this cancer they gave her 6 months to live or what have you. And she passed away this morning. She was fighting all she can. And that's my baby cousin right here. Let me see if I can put it up there. If you guys want to, I'm not saying you have to, but if you guys want to support the family, It's my baby cousin, Bree. If you guys want to give donations there, they're trying to get up to at least $5,000 there to help with the procedures and stuff for getting things together. And that's just what life is. Life is a fickle process, you know. One day you're here, the next day you're gone. And she reached out to me about 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, and she said she wanted to start her Twitter page, her Twitch page. She does gaming videos or what have you. And she was like, "Cuz, you killing it over there on the Cowboys, you know." And she asked me like, "Law, you know, what should I need? What kind of mic? What kind of system I need?" Everything I told her, she jumped on it. She got the chair, got the gaming mic. You know, she did all type of gaming reviews, and she made me. She said, "Law, you should play the game on the YouTube or what have you. You know, you used to be pretty good with your games back in the days, and to make a long story short, y'all seen me do the Grand Theft Auto. That idea came from her. It came from her, and it's one of those things, y'all. So, with that being said, appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. The arrangement may be next week or so. So, if Law ain't live, y'all know why, right? But I appreciate y'all so much, and y'all know how it goes. It shouldn't be it might not be a dry eye on the nation next week, but you know, it's one of those things. Absent from the body, present with the Lord, right? And we gonna continue to grind and shine, baby. Y'all know how it goes, one way or another. Let's go. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, I really do say fuck cancer, right? We all say that. That should be a word. That should be a word that's not banned on no social media, right? Right? But tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream, for a soul is dead that slumbers. And things are not what it seems. Life is real and life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art, to dust returneth, was not even spoken of the soul. In this world's of broad fields of battle and bivouacs of life, be not like a dumb-driven cattle, but be a hero in the strife. Lives of great men all remind us we can live our lives sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints on the mighty sands of time. How bad do you want things in life? How strong are you to overcome your fears, overcome your desires? Jim Rohn said this before, and I wrote it down and stored it in my heart. He said, when the end comes for him, let it find him conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. I truly believe it. And even my cousin Bree believed it. She fought the good fight. She made the decision. I could be a full-time gamer. I'm not gonna work for the man. I'm gonna work for myself. She was one of the ones that listened to the words of these things, that write it down right now. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you all hold everything's tortoise and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply go after the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset it with the help of Almighty, you will get it. That's been my time, Cowboy Nation. I really thank you all for yours. Be sure to reach out to my brother, man. It hit him real hard. It did. But we fighters, baby. We going to get this thing going the best way possible. Salute. We family, though. Let me see some blue hearts in the chat. Let's go. Run it up, baby.
I just wanna run it up. Count a check or something. I've been really in the field, let up. Yeah. I've been really in the field.
Hey, shout out to you, Lord Nova, Matt, Sanjay, JT, Action Power, SoCal, JT, Meek, Choctaw, Montana, Richard Coleman, Coach Mar. Salute to you and you. We'll pin the information to the top. If y'all want to do anything for the family, man, y'all just let me know. I thank y'all so much, man. Y'all help me get through my day, believe it or not. Charge it to the game.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Rabbit now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same.
It's pinned to the top.
Now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf and I'm not feeling it.
Come on.
Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. I have to take it to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah, I just be off the dome. I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clones. Yeah, I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. Yeah, I've been really in the field. Love the rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. I have to take it to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah, kinda check a song. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Lately I just wanna. To